What's up, YouTube? It's me again, and I'm back with you with another banger, baby. And guess what we have? We have some breaking news. We have the Marathon Burger opening up in Long Beach, and guess what it was? A shootout where I'm believing 2 people passed, or maybe 1 for sure, and 4 people been shot. So this is another thing of nigga shit, right? Because you got things like this happening at the grand opening, and it's like, why? It's like we do this to ourselves. It's always like that. Not always, I don't want to say that, but if we look at the bigger picture, it's like us attacking us. And I don't know when it's going to stop. I'm not trying to say it's all like that all the time, but come on now, this shouldn't have been the place and time to open up your new location. Now, the people behind the scenes, to approve licenses and locations, now they're going to be looking at it as like, is this going to be a problem every time a Marathon Burger open up? And you don't want that to happen. Black Sam and his crew, All Money and crew, is holding it down. And you don't want it to go the way that it's going with this publicity. But on another note, they said after this happened, the show kept going on. I mean, you can't, grand opening, grand closing. Nah, the show kept going on, and it has to be that way. From the story is, he walked them down the street, stopped them right there, and went back. But, nigga stuff is going to be nigga stuff. Gang politics and all these things. This is in LA and Long Beach County. Like, these things are going to happen. But let's watch the video so we can see what they're talking about, gather more to the story, and give our thoughts and opinions afterwards. So stay with me real quick.
Now at 11, breaking news. Gunfire breaks out near the grand opening of a new burger joint in the heart of downtown Long Beach. I'm Jory Rand.
I'm Liz Nagy. The deadly shooting just steps away from the newest Marathon Burger location. The chain.
I heard the burger's good too. Can't wait to try it.
The late rapper is speaking out tonight. One person was killed with no word of any arrests right now. A PR person for Marathon tells us the incident was not related to today's grand opening.
They called the opening a huge success, saying the restaurant continued to take orders as investigators worked behind crime scene tape just outside the front door. Eyewitness News reporter Abigail Velez has more from Long Beach.
Story, this street has been blocked off for a huge portion of the day after a deadly shooting here.
So as the police is outside and doing the investigation, burgers must be served.
This was the last thing anyone here wanted to see.
Somebody said, well, they're fighting outside, but it looked like it was, a real, whatever was going on, it was really serious.
It was panic on Pine Avenue on Sunday as the sound of gunfire sent people running during what was meant to be a celebration.
Oh, it's shooting, though.
Hundreds had packed this stretch of downtown Long Beach Sunday afternoon for the grand opening of Marathon Burger, the fast food chain founded by the late rapper Nipsey Hussle and his brother Black Sam. But just after 3:30 p.m., police say they received reports of gunfire.
And they ran in one direction and then ran in another direction. And then somebody said that they heard gunshot.
The shooting happened about a half block south of the event on Broadway near Pine, just outside the perimeter that had been blocked off for the
So a half block, so not around there.
It was disappointing because I know that Nip, Sam, Black Sam wanted this to be a happy occasion. So it's unfortunate that something happened that would bring more attention.
Now all the neighboring businesses gonna be looking at that like, hey, we don't know, we want them over here,
Shot and taken to a local hospital where one victim later died. The other 2 remain in stable condition.
That's devastating. You know what I'm saying? Very devastating, especially, being that, this is the grand opening. We're here to honor Nipsey Hussle, the late great, you know what I'm saying? And that's not what he would have wanted.
Long Beach police say this is still under investigation with no suspects in custody. Investigators have not said whether the shooting was connected to the grand opening event. But Marathon Burger telling Eyewitness News the incident nearby was not connected to the massive event. The violence comes just one day after hundreds gathered in South LA as the city officially named the intersection of Slauson and Crenshaw Nipsey Hussle Square, honoring the rapper's life and legacy. In Long Beach, Abigail Velez, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Dang. Now that's cool for sure. That Nipsey got his square, and on where he lived at and did a lot of things at. But on another note, this is about the Marathon Burger. I think at this point, when what happened at the grand opening over there in not Venice, but I believe Melrose or La Brea, I could be mistaken, but when Black Sam had to tell his homeboy, to handle business, y'all seen that, so we're not gonna act like we don't know what that one is. But I think Black Sam and his team need to hire police. I know this whole street cred stuff when it comes to African Americans, but this whole street stuff is not more important than your life. And there's been little conflict building up, around that area and things like that. So I believe Black Sam needs to hire police and a police uniform, and they just gonna have to stick around, or at least hire ex-military, because these YNs, people are crashing out, and they gonna crash out regardless of eyewitnesses if they think they gonna get away or whatever, because a lot of these people are on drugs as well, so that makes it harder. That they're not thinking about the long-term consequences, if you get what I'm saying. But I think it's still going to be a success. And from what I heard, they're opening a Marathon Burger up in New York. He did say that's the next thing. And wow, in New York and Times Square, I believe that is a major win right there. In New York and Times Square, when you think about United States, if you overseas in different countries, New York is going to be one of the few cities people can name. And when you talk about Times Square, what people from all over the world is going to, that is a major win. Like, that is incredible. I can't wait for that one to open up. That's going to put them on the map. I hope they get one in Atlanta. I hope they get one in Dallas, Texas, and just keep venturing out. Sooner or later, they're going to be a big chain, and I can see them growing. And wow, I can't wait to try their burger for sure. I can't wait to try their burger. But it's such a tragedy to happen like that on your grand opening, and I don't think they're closing, but that doesn't look good. It doesn't. So, they're going to have to keep a tight net on their reputation for sure. But hey, what are y'all thoughts on that? What do you think led up to this? I don't know the story of why it happened, what happened, and things of that nature. We don't know who the witnesses are and stuff like that. So I don't know if the full story is out just yet, but hey, what y'all think happened? Do you think it was related to it? Even though it didn't happen at the event, it happened down the street, half a block away, that is still going to correlate to them being responsible due to the fact that it happened on that day. And that's what it is. Somebody's got to take the blame, and it's always been like that. But hey, that's my thoughts and opinions. What are yours? Thank y'all for sticking around. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll get back to you in the next one. Peace.